Are narcissists usually avoidant? The short answer is yes, but there's more. If you ask any psychologist, any therapist with decades and decades of experience, most will agree that narcissistic personality disorder is on the avoidant spectrum and borderline personality disorder is on the anxious spectrum. But with the introduction of a fearful avoidant, I personally believe borderline personality disorder more so aligns with that. That being said, I know of a psychologist whose experience with narcissistic personality disorder is actually mostly from people with an anxious attachment style. However, she's a healed fearful avoidant. And I believe we all have a little bias towards our home team. She has a slight bias towards avoidance. I have a slight bias towards anxious. But the reason that I bring her up is to point out that narcissists can be any attachment style. You shouldn't be wary of avoidance because they could be narcissists. You should be wary of avoidance because they're bad communicators. They struggle with intimacy. They label any sort of boundary setting or attempts at compromise as insecurity, jealousy, control. They are very emotionally abusive people. What makes them different from a narcissist is that they can heal. An avoidant person, though rare, can see how they're hurting the relationship. They can see how they're hurting you and want to get better. They are open to therapy. But does that mean that every unaware avoidant person is a narcissist? No. But I'm also not going to stick around and find out. The reason that it's so important for us to be educated about narcissistic personality disorder is not to go back and label our exes, attack our exes, or diagnose our exes. It's so that we can give ourselves the closure that they refuse to give us. It's so that we can look back knowing that we did all that we could, that they can never and will never change. So we can close the chapter and move on. So that we can go forward and look for red flags, such as entitlement and low empathy. People who hurt us and don't care that they're hurting us. People who gaslight, who try to twist things that make us insecure and try to make them okay. That we learn to stay away from people who our peace doesn't matter to.